Welcome back to the campaign. Hasn't been that long since I played this time. Unfortunately, I do remember that we were not doing so well on the air war portion of this. And we lost a satellite last time, which we're currently working on replacing. It's definitely going to hurt our funding for this month, and it made Germany more panicky. So that's not good. And if we happen to get another UFO sometime in the next few hours, we're going to have problems. Hopefully we have at least a day or two before we get another one, because we had a bunch. But yeah, look how many of these guys are in for repairs right now. So with all of that in mind, I think we're going to have to start maybe pushing towards some research to get some foundry projects unlocked for our planes. And I'm not going to change the research project right now because I do want the Thin Man autopsy and the Thin Man interrogation done. But I think after that, we're probably going to start working on experimental warfare and I believe alien computers as well. I think those start to lead you towards things like advanced aerospace concepts, which in turn will unlock a lot of the foundry projects for interceptors, and most of the buffs that I did for XCOM's interceptors for my version of Long War, those buffs are largely linked to the foundry projects, so we need to get those. And on that note, it means that we also need to build a foundry, which we are already working on. I believe we already have, the excavation is underway. That's where I intend to put the foundry. So gonna still try to get that uplink built, and then the foundry as well. But it's going to take time, so we need to somehow hold this together until then. So on that note, looking at the planes, these guys are all out for more than a week. Honestly, I could probably use one more interceptor, like transfer backfire out and order a new one. But we're going to need so much money for the foundry, for the satellite uplink, for the foundry projects themselves once I get them unlocked. I'm going to try to hold out on getting another interceptor right now. We may have to, but I'm going to try to hold on with what we've got. Yep, okay, I need more engineers. Have them. Oh, lovely.
Our intelligence sources indicate that a previously unknown organization is attempting to undermine XCOM field operations. We believe this group harbors some misguided sympathies for the invaders and is intent on acquiring alien technology and artifacts critical to your efforts. Early reports indicate this organization calls itself Exalt. We trust you will isolate the source of this new threat and eliminate it.
Commander, the Council has provided some additional resources to help us deal with these traitors. We can begin scanning for additional Exalt cell locations and launch covert operations to disrupt their activity via the Situation Room.
Okay, that was honestly probably the best operation they could have gone for, and I'm so glad that I've gotten a couple of laboratories up, because losing 3 days of research time, that would have hurt a little bit, especially since we need to get some interrogations done and we need to get some research done for our planes. But losing only 1 day, not great, but I'll honestly take it over a panic increase or losing money. Right now, we desperately need money. I was terrified they were going to go for that one, because there's no way to avoid this first Exalt operation. As far as I know, there's no way to detect it or prevent it. And from now on, we will need to periodically do intel scans to uncover exalt cells, and we'll need to launch covert operations, or they'll do another operation like this that could lose us more research, could make us lose money, could increase the panic in a country. I believe those are the three things they can do. There might be other ones. I don't typically let them launch these operations if I can help it. Sometimes I do, unfortunately, forget that I need to scan. Usually a good rule of thumb is you want to scan about 8 to 10 days after the last covert operation you launched. And sometimes I do forget. There is actually a little mini mod that puts a reminder in the queue for you. And I have honestly considered adding that several times, but I'm always worried it'll break something. I've never tried it. I'm not bad-mouthing the mod. I'm not saying that I've tried it and it's bugged out. I've not tried it. It's just that I've had some iffy experiences trying to put other mods on top of Long War. And especially for a playthrough I wanted to record, I didn't want to risk it. So I'm just going to have to really try to remember. Yeah. So that little tutorial screen sums it up pretty well. You need to purchase these intel scans periodically, and you can see the cost of the intel scan right in front of the doom meter that tracks how many countries have left. The orange meter with the one filled pip right now because Mexico left. Yeah, right across from that you see the intel scan, and currently it only costs 50 credits, and that's not too bad. If I purchased it, I don't need to purchase a scan right now.
Return to base for debriefing.
Bradford. I don't need to purchase a scan right now because the cell reveals itself when they launch an operation against XCOM. So we can see the cell in Canada right now. So I'm going to launch a covert op against that. And then probably about a week to 10 days after that covert op finishes, I'm going to purchase another scan. And then the cost of the scans will go from 50 to, I believe, 100 credits. And it just keeps going up. So you can't just spam the scans. It resets each month. Each council report, the cost resets back to 50.
I remember when
so
flying saucers. The aliens certainly have come a long way.
So if you... A good practice to get into sometimes is... If it's been maybe a week and you're coming up on the council report, or even if it's been 5 or 6 days and you're coming up on the council report, it's sometimes, if you haven't pushed the cost too high, if it's sitting at 100 at that point, I usually will do a scan a little bit early just because the cost is about to reset back down. And that means that the next month, I only have to do maybe a couple of scans.
What do you mean you think you saw a snake? What the hell does that have to do with anything?
Okay, that's weird. But it means that, the next month it's reset and you're usually finishing up a covert op, so you have a little bit of time into that next month from the scan you bought the previous month. And that means you usually, you can kind of settle into a pattern with that where maybe instead of having to do 3 or maybe 4 scans in a month, you're only doing 2 or 3 scans a month. And because of how the cost resets, that can help you be a little more efficient with it. But it's also if you have to scan, pushing it too long almost never ends well. And each time we clear out a cell...
I think the engineering team is getting antsy. They might be more excited about the new weapons than our troops are.
Each time you clear out a cell, it eliminates a country from, being under suspicion of hiding the Exalt base. Now, in vanilla XCOM, the clues can eliminate multiple countries. In Long War, you only eliminate a single country at a time. So, if you want to be absolutely sure of where the base is, it takes a while to narrow it down to one country. But if you're willing to be a bit riskier with it, you can accuse a country without being 100% sure. The thing is, if you get it wrong, they immediately leave the council. And if it's a country that's already left, in vanilla XCOM, I believe you could get away with accusing a country that had already left the council with basically no consequences. In Long War, if you do that...
We're getting a lot of garbage on the line. You're not coming in clearly.
In Long War, if you do that, I believe it causes panic in all of the other countries on that continent to go up. So unless you've lost an entire continent of countries, you're going to have problems just accusing people, even if they've already left the council. Anyway, covert operation in Canada.
You should file that request directly with Dr. Valen, although I'm not sure she'll be very open to the idea.
So, covert operatives are restricted to pistols and gunners, rocketeers, rookies, and mech troopers. We haven't even gotten them yet, but yeah, none of them can do covert ops. Generally, I have found that scouts and assaults make really solid covert operatives. Scouts, because both of them have really good mobility. And run and gun can be more useful than you would think, even with only a pistol, because it also lets you dash and hack an intercom, which is a special ability that covert operatives have during their covert mission, which lets you prevent Exalt from shooting at you for a turn, which can be really useful. And so being able to dash and hack using run and gun can be really good. Scouts, lightning reflexes.
In case you've forgotten, we have a war on our hands.
Bradford, I'm not listening to you for entertainment. In fact, I really wish you would shut up. Okay. Anyway, scouts with lightning reflexes, it's the same benefit that they have all the time. They can't be locked down very easily. So it's a lot easier to keep them moving towards the intercom hacks or towards the evac zone. Now, medics and engineers also make decent covert operatives because they can still bring small items, meaning they can still bring their med kits or grenades, which can allow them to still be useful in combat even though they only have a pistol. Infantry doesn't tend to do very well.
I want our birds kept fully fueled at all times.
Infantry doesn't tend to do very well for covert ops, at least in my experience. Firing twice is great and all, but you need to keep moving. As the covert operative, you need to keep moving towards the evac or towards the intercom hacks. And firing twice with a pistol is just not nearly as good as firing twice with an assault rifle. So infantry doesn't tend to do very well. Rocketeers and gunners aren't even eligible. Snipers don't tend to do very well because, of course, they're spec'd mostly around long-range sniper rifles, which they're not allowed to have
We're currently
on
several unidentified
covert
targets,
ops.
but nothing that requires our attention just yet.
I don't know, maybe other people have had different experiences or know ways to use those classes to be covert operatives that I haven't hit on. But just in my experience, scouts and assaults preferably, medics and engineers also do a pretty good job. Most of the classes either completely aren't eligible or just don't do very well.
Picking up out there. We'll have to monitor our available resources carefully.
Covert operative deployed to disrupt Exalt Cell in Canada.
And that was me hitting the wrong button. So, whoops. And that was a sniper. I meant to open the soldier list. Crap. Okay, well, the first one's usually not that bad, so I really need to not do that again. Ouch. Okay, now even this controller is just being evil. See, there's how you can tell that I am not editing anything, is I'm keeping even that really dumb mistake that... Oh, I can't believe I did that. That's the first time I've done that. Okay, more engineers. We are at least getting a lot of weapon fragments for engineers requests, so that's good.
This morning, Commander. We're always glad to have more help down here.
Okay, we have some requests about the time down. Are any of them things we can actually do? Let's see. Artifact sales for sectoids. Yeah, sure. You can have those. And laser rifles. Would have been really nice, but it's going to be a while before we can even have those for ourselves because our money is tied up doing so many other things. So that's not going to happen. And we have a new plane that we need to name. Okay, Royal.
Excavation complete.
Okay, and now that that excavation is done, we need to get started on the foundry. Okay, 13 days. So yeah, it looked like it didn't unlock anything, but that's because the foundry isn't done yet. So it doesn't show the pop-ups for unlocking foundry projects. Which is kind of unfortunate. I kind of wish that it would and like put a requires foundry or something on it just so that, you know, it would make it obvious that you have unlocked something. You just need to build another facility to access it. Okay, so there's a lot of things we need to do. We're going to start with the interrogation. I believe this one might give you a, it's either a lasers credit or it might be a computer systems credit. I'm not 100% certain, but we're going to go ahead and do the interrogation. And then we are probably going to start on computers and experimental warfare.
Online.
Okay, good. We've got the thermogenerator now, which means we should be free to build this uplink. Just double checking that, yep, that's in the correct spot. These three need to be nexuses, but we can do one more uplink. Okay, and then what else after that? We could, of course, do another thermogenerator here if we absolutely have to, but what I'd prefer to do instead would be like an Alarium generator here and possibly here. But we'll see. If we end up hitting a bottleneck on power before we're ready to do Alarium generators or before we're even close to ready to do an Alarium generator, I may do another thermo generator here. But nothing that absolutely needs to be done right this second. I mean, getting a repair bay up would be great. Which, that counts as a workshop, so that would probably go here. But there are so many things competing for our money right now, and I think the only thing that could be damaged would be the arc throwers. So we're gonna hold off on that for now. And there's the covert op.
Excellent. We look forward to seeing your progress.
So we're sending a team to help Bridget get the data that she acquired out of there. And the first few missions against Exalt don't tend to be that difficult. So, I mean, we're still going to grab a couple of good soldiers like Zhang because he's very close to getting his promotion to sergeant, which means he'd get a lot better at using the arc thrower, which would be nice for later. And because I didn't pick a scout, I'm probably going to pick one of the lower ranked ones, though. Let's get some lance corporals and such in on this. Like Tracy and Anessa. And let's see, Sabrina. Honestly, this could also be a good time for the Rocketeer because we don't really care how much he blows up on this one. So we'll bring him along because we need to get him some experience because, I mean, I mostly want him for terror missions. And, of course, I could get a terror mission while he's fatigued from this, and that would kind of suck. But I also need to take him on some missions or he's going to be so low ranked that rockets or no rockets, he'll be next to useless on terror missions. So we'll take him along on this one. And sure, let's take Flavio and Simon along. Just a bunch of lance corporals, I guess. Because, I mean, I know we've got specialists, too, that we could take. I mean, how many specialists do we have? Like, maybe Carlotta or... Heck, we have some outright rookies we can take along. Yeah, I probably should. All right, Baraka, you're in. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that loadout for Zhang for right now. Let's get you a scope. Okay, yeah, you don't have any, like, smoke grenade perks, so you keep that equipment. Okay, I don't think you need the plating anymore. Your health must have gone up. So you will instead carry, let's see. Let's say a med kit. And we're gonna take the motion tracker off of the scout. He's gonna have a med kit. And we're gonna put the motion tracker on the gunner. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with you only carrying 2 rockets on this one. Shredder rockets are great against, like, chrysalids and floaters and a lot of alien units. Exalt tends to stick to being in cover, though, so shredder rockets don't tend to work as well against them. So 1 rocket plus... I mean, you could argue for a scope, which would make his rockets more accurate. Yeah, his health's high enough. I'm gonna give him a scope. Yep, Scout's good with that. Let's see. Your health is pretty good, so we're gonna do light armor and ceramic plating, which should give you a little bit more mobility. Your aim's pretty good, so you don't need a laser sight. Let's give you a flashbang grenade, just in case we would need one. Because the only other one who has them is Zhang.
Strike one. Prepare for landing.
We've detected an Exalt cell based in Canada. It looks like our operative will need assistance in securing the enemy data. Our operative was in position to transmit the data they'd acquired when Exalt forces moved into their AO. The encoder is currently shielding our transmitter's position, but if Exalt manages to hack the encoder, they'll be able to locate the transmitter. If they hack both, any hope we had of recovering the data intact will be lost.
Okay, well, at least the transmitter is reasonably near us. I don't know if we'll even be able to get to the encoder before they can. It's quite far away. We'll start moving towards it, but I'm not sprinting at it. We'll get to it or we won't.
On my way. I'm on the move.
Roger that.
I am ready to go.
Спешу туда.
These guys, the only cover they can get to without dashing is like here. I mean, I suppose we don't really know at this point which direction Exalt's coming from, so... Guess they can just take cover along here and...
Heading to that location.
Okay. So you... I kind of want to start moving you towards this thing. That's the thing that they can hack. However, I don't really want you sprinting up at it blind.
Aye, aye, Commander.
So we're going to put you here. And then a couple of moves, you should be able to get there.
I feel it, Commander. On Overwatch. Roger.
Got it. I have it covered. What was that sound? Enemy in sight.
Damn it!
At least a couple of the Overwatches hit.
Oh,
we got even more running in.
Of Exalt's operatives in the field, and from the looks of them, Exalt is working quickly to integrate alien genetic material into their troops. Until we know the extent of their capabilities, I would advise extreme caution.
Okay, I'm a lot more worried about this bunch than I am about these guys, because these guys could move to flank us pretty easily. However, I could have Zhang, like, toss a grenade up there, break through some of their cover. He might even be able to do it from a corner, but sometimes grenade throws from corners can get kind of weird. And I'm worried that it might not work right. But that's really the only way he's going to be safe while he does this, so we're going to try it. Worst case, he could maybe throw a smoke grenade on there back at someone on our side.
Position confirmed.
Okay. Now, we can't even try to break this thing. You'll note that it's not even highlighting. So, I mean, if we can clip that guy and do a couple points, a point or two of damage, great. I'm more worried about getting the ones back here and busting through some of this low cover so that we can hit them. We might even be able... Where's our rocketeer? Dude with rockets. Where are you? There you are. Oh, yeah. Honestly, even Zhang's far enough away from it that he should be fine. And if it scatters, maybe it'll scatter in a way that just hits the guy by the intercom.
Suck on this. Targeting system must be busted.
It was a little off, but you still hit who I needed you to hit. I'm happy with that. Okay, we'll hold Zhang's grenade for now. See what we're looking at up here before we tell him where we want that grenade. Okay, you two definitely need to move because these guys could flank them, and I'm kind of focusing on taking these ones out, so hopefully here ends up being fine. Did the other one just die outright? Because I don't see him. And I think he'd been hit already from Overwatch. Well, that was unlucky. Yeah, I noticed. Okay, well, they shouldn't be able to see around the shipping container up here. So I might have you go there, but we'll see. Okay, medic, you're gonna go up here. There we go. Now, of course, we could suppress that one. That is definitely an option if we don't manage to take him out. Okay. Kind of want to have you, like, creep up here, maybe, if we can take that guy out or suppress him, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, well, unfortunately, you don't have quite enough movement to get, like, up here. So we're gonna have you go here and just overwatch, just get you into slightly better cover. Okay, I think what is going to happen is, yeah, I'm going to just suppress this guy.
Keeping him down, Commander.
That leaves you free to go here, which lets you flank this guy. See, the problem is we can't quite see into, like, some of this area back here. So I'm a little bit worried that if I have Bridget dash, we'll just end up seeing, like, another group, like, tucked up here or something, or maybe theoretically in that corner, though that's unlikely, but up here is a definite possibility. And I really don't want Bridget that close. So I'm gonna go just a little more cautiously. Yeah, according to, like, her movement, she should be able to still get here within one move. And it'll be a blue move, so if she sees a bunch of stuff, she could do the hack and then just run right back. That's a lot safer.
Roger, I've got my eyes on.
Okay, I don't know that I want Zhang to waste his grenade on just one guy. Can you throw over at these ones? Maybe. However, I'm going to hold that until next turn when we would have people free to follow up on the cover breaking. So for now, is there anyone that we need to cover with smoke? No, no one's really in a bad spot with that right now. So just reload your gun.
Roger. Keep my eyes on.
Okay, one group has moved.
Position to hack the encoder. If we don't secure that equipment, they'll be able to locate the transmitter.
Okay, yeah, they're trying to move towards the encoder, and one group we can't see has already occupied it. Okay, they shot at us a few times, but I don't think they hit. Yeah, no one's missing any health. I couldn't see the one shot that they took because the game was too busy showing me that the encoder was occupied. It occasionally gets a little hung up on what it thinks is important. It's like, I'd really like to know if I just got shot. Okay, I think that grenade is the thing that we should do. Zhang could move into position to do it. I think he can even move here without getting overwatched. Because that shipping container should... No, wait. It's not that guy that's overwatching. It's this guy. I mean, the overwatch will be a really low percentage. He's super wounded, but I could also just have our scout move first. I mean, it's technically flanked is the only problem, but he'll also be flanking the guy that's flanking him, so he should just be able to shoot at him. Somebody should be able to hit that guy this turn. We got a lot of people moving up. So, we're gonna do it. Even a 1% to hit is a little bit nerve-wracking when it's a sniper rifle. In part because it just takes so long for the Overwatch to do its thing. Okay, now I'm thinking a rocket would be real nice up there, but we're probably gonna have to move our Rocketeer up first. Okay, let's get this guy. Good job.
I'm out of firepower over here.
Okay, now we can move Zhang up. Unfortunately, that ramp isn't cover, or I'd have him actually start moving up. But that doesn't work, so we're going to put him here. Okay, I need to change the camera angle so I can kind of see what I'm doing, hopefully. Okay, so I'm tempted to focus on them to bust their cover, but we also need to bust that guy's cover. There's a lot of cover that we need to break, and unfortunately Zhang isn't specialized in offensive grenades, so it might not break all of this, but I think this is the best positioning I can do to have the best chance at breaking most of the cover.
Frag out!
Took the one guy out, but it just was not enough damage on the cover. We even broke like that half of it, but not this half. That is unfortunate. Okay, we're gonna move the rookie up. Overwatch, if nothing else. We're gonna move our gunner up a little bit. And you are going to suppress this guy.
Aye, suppressing, Commander. I'm running low on
By
it.
shooting into the side of the, the shipping container. I mean, it works, I guess. Feels like it'd be a ricochet nightmare, but... Okay. We're gonna put you up here, Bridget.
Looks like Exalt deployed a series of communications relays in the area. If our operative can get close enough and access the relay using the encryption keys they acquired from Exalt's data, they should be able to temporarily disrupt the enemy's comm network.
It occurs to me that I probably should have had the suppressor just reload this turn since I'm doing this, but too late now.
Enemy communications are down. That should keep Exalt busy for a while.
All right, they're not going to be able to shoot. Even units that we haven't seen yet will have to reload their guns. So we're going to have Bridget run up here to prepare to hack this next intercom. Inessa... Can't really get anywhere useful in just a blue move, so I'm gonna have her dash up to where Bridget was. At best, Chase could maybe take a pot shot at this guy. I mean, he's got holo targeting on him, but he's still in full cover. And honestly, I'd rather work on getting Chase somewhere where he could put a rocket on that big group. I mean, a rocket, if it hits the encoder, will just destroy the encoder, which means that Exalt is then free to hack the transmitter. But if we get down to where there's only one turn left on that encoder anyway, yeah, I'll blow it up with a rocket and take a bunch of them out too. I mean, I've done it before. So he can't really get up here, unfortunately, because ideally we'd want him like maybe right there. In theory, I could just take the risk of leaving him completely out of cover because they shouldn't be able to shoot this turn. But that always makes me just a little bit nervous. I mean, they also do still have grenades, a lot of them. So I really should be doing my best to not have anyone grouped up super tight. I mean, these two are the only ones that are super close together, and that guy's suppressed, so they should be far enough back that they're fine. But that is still something I need to consider, is that I've disabled their guns, not their grenades. Which honestly makes putting him there perhaps a little bit risky. I just really cannot see anywhere to put him that would actually be useful. Okay, we're gonna have him like probably work his way up this way, climb up here next turn, and get into a position where if we still haven't cleared out the encoder by then, blow it up and move on. Alright, might as well take some shots at that guy.
Adjusting aim. Could use some ammo over here.
Okay, they've got a Rocketeer of their own over there. I need to be really careful of grouping people up.
Commander, we've got multiple hostiles inbound on Strike 1's position. Enemy reinforcements are closing in.
Okay. Glad that I had Inessa kind of tagging along behind Bridget. She should be able to shoot the guy that dropped near her.
Ясно.
Alright, that puts him in damage range for Bridget to just take him out with a pistol. Okay, we're gonna hack. Wreck their weapons again. Okay, now I've got two options. I could have Bridget stay up here and take that guy out. Or I could have Bridget start running this way to get to that next comm link. Although, oh, there's another one there, so I don't actually have to choose.
Heading to that location. Enemies in sight!
Yeah, we knew he was there. His weapon's disabled too, don't worry. So yeah, that puts her in range of that one. And a blue move next round. Alright, take him out.
Booyah.
Good job. Okay, Rocketeer. We need to get you into a position. I'm not 100% sure he'd be able to fire the rocket properly from there. So I'm gonna go with here because it's an easier, clearer shot for him to like. Sometimes like I'm worried that the game would make him like say you can only step out in this direction because it's in a weird corner, and then he wouldn't be able to get a good sight line without moving, and that makes the rocket a lot less accurate. Whereas here, steps out that way, has a clear line of sight.
Roger, Dodger.
Okay, Zhang has one more explosive grenade left. Their weapons are still out for a round, so he's free to move up. And then, of course, we have flashbangs that will still cause them problems. This should hopefully wreck cover. Let's see if we have more luck with this one than the last one. There we go. That's a little bit better. Let me get a closer look at that. I am very surprised that this one bit of, like, I don't know what that is, like concrete something or other. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's still intact. And I'm very surprised because it was in the radius of 2 different grenades, even if it wasn't right in the center of them. That guy's cover got blown, and this guy, part of his cover got taken out. Not entirely, but part of it. Okay. Unfortunately, Flavio needs to reload, so he can't just flank that guy and take him out this round. So he's still going to move up here. I could have him use his pistol, or I could have him reload. Let's see what else we can do. I'm going to have you move here. And yeah, I kind of want you to just reload just in case we need you to suppress someone. Take another shot at him. Oh, you got him that time. Well, I suppose you take 3 48% shots. One of them hitting's not too unexpected, but still feels lucky in XCOM. All right, you just reload your gun with your second action. Now again, they still have grenades. They still have a rocket. I need to try to stay spread out, so I don't really want to put you here or here because then we have enough people grouped up that they might send a rocket our way. They could decide to do it anyway, of course, but I need to try to make it not a super appealing option for them. However, their rocketeer can't see up here. So I could put Baraka up here and then have her come out and be shooting from an elevated position next turn. And we can hopefully send an explosive in here. And even if it takes the encoder out, it should leave them all in a vulnerable state where we can pick off their rocketeer and then not have to worry about rockets coming at us. So, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go with reloading the gun.
Commander, Exalt almost has control of the encoder. If we don't stop them now, they'll be able to locate the transmitter. We have to get moving.
We have been moving at a pretty good clip, Bradford. I'm trying here. All right, he's going for a grenade on our on Bridget, I think. Unfortunately, being completely by themselves, it isn't a guarantee that they won't decide to just use their grenade anyway. It just limits the damage. Okay. Luckily, she can still get to that intercom in a blue move. It didn't hurt her movement enough for it to be a major problem. So we're going to do that.
On the move.
And luckily, even though I didn't like change her equipment for this like I normally would, Bridget, I've just had her carrying a med kit, so we're gonna hack that.
Exalt's people some time to get their communications back up and running.
And then she's gonna heal herself. Okay, Flavio is going to come around and take this guy out, hopefully. There we go.
No longer a threat.
Gets rid of him. Wish I could tell for certain if that's in a blue move. Sometimes when it's like a weird like corner, it can be hard to tell. But I might have Zhang just run up to block the hack. However, if I do that, I'm going to do it after I decide if I'm sending a rocket in or not. Because obviously, we don't want Zhang anywhere near that. I mean, to be honest, even that's still a little closer than I like having soldiers to rockets, but it works. Should be okay, unless we really get unlucky with the scatter.
Rockets away.
Nice. That actually means that Zhang doesn't necessarily need to run in this turn, because we took out the one Exalt troop they had in the encoder zone.
No longer a threat.
There went that guy. We're gonna have our infantry run up a little bit. Still don't like grouping people together, but especially since the Rocketeer's the one they've still got on the board, but he's far enough back, hopefully, that it won't be a problem. I could also have Zhang use a flashbang on. I'm probably going to have Zhang use a flashbang on him. I'm tempted to just shoot at him, but...
I'm on it, Commander.
How about we do that with you? Ooh, that takes him down to 1 health. And you cannot capture Exalt. They have means to ensure that they're not captured. I'll just leave it at that.
On the move.
Alright, we're gonna see if the heavy can take him out. Got holo targeting on him. Zhang, what are your odds if you just take a shot at this guy after you get closer? 83%. Gonna go for it. There. No more Rocketeer to worry about. Okay, gonna have Inessa scoot up a little bit. I think... What's the trooper that they have in back there? What type are you? Operative. So the operative is just sort of their generic... baseline soldier. You can see he has a grenade on his belt, so he does theoretically have that, but they're usually not too bad. I honestly would have preferred if they'd been a medic, because, you know, with all of his support dead, medic can't do very much. But I'll take it over another Rocketeer or a sniper, given the position that he's in, so... I'm gonna have Inessa just reload, because she's low on ammo. Okay, he's going to spend his first turn, his first action at least, just running into the zone, and then he's going to reload while standing in the open.
Commander, we've got additional Exalt forces moving on the AO.
So, sniper on that platform, but it doesn't look like he has cover. And I believe another sniper back there that's in a better position. And then a Rocketeer that we need to take out as soon as possible. Okay. Well, Chase is out of rockets, so he's essentially just a rifleman at this point. But he's in a good spot, and I'm going to have him just stay up there. Now, I don't think Bridget can't quite get over here in just one action. So... I may have her block the hack and take a shot with her pistol if there's somebody that we get down to just 1 or 2 points of health. We'll see. Okay, Zhang. It's just that we need to actually be careful of being flanked, because they will actually probably be able to shoot at us at the end of this round. This should be okay, because we're going to take that heavy out. So... because I wanted him to move so that we could move people. All right, let's put holo targeting on him and hopefully hit.
this.
Well, hollow targeting at the very least. Okay, that gets that guy down to 1 health. We're probably going to have Bridget take him out. Let's see. Okay, you need to move into the corner because I don't want you in a position where you're getting flanked by snipers because I don't think I'm going to be able to take out both snipers. Focus on the Rocketeer. I might have you shoot the sniper because I'm not seeing another great cover option for you other than where you're at because this corner was wrecked by a grenade. So yeah, just see if you can take him out. That would be great. I'll take wounding him. All right, you're gonna try to take out the heavy. Good job. Which frees up Tracy here to just take another shot at this guy.
Bye-bye.
Might have Zhang put a flashbang grenade on this guy because I don't think anyone's going to be able to get a good shot on him. I'm going to pick this one off with Bridget.
X-ray neutralized. Ammo out.
2 kills with a pistol. It's honestly pretty dang good.
Okay.
Actually, instead of using the flashbang grenade, which we have a limited number of, I'm going to use suppression.
Aye, Commander. Suppressing.
Then we're going to have Zhang just try to take a shot. Nice. Oh, he's going to try and move. And amazingly, he gets away with it.
Damn it, missed the target. Taking fire!
Okay. You decided to move while being suppressed, somehow got away with it, didn't even make it into this zone to try to keep hacking, and you just stood in the open and shot. Okay. Well, let's have Flavio probably take him out, but at least get hollow targeting on him.
No longer a threat.
Alright, so the mission's not over yet, so they're probably going to drop in reinforcements at some point. So I'm just going to have everyone reload their guns.
Let's do this. Locked and loaded.
Okay. Have you scoot over here.
Oh yeah.
Load.
Oh yeah.
Headed there now.
Tracy in a little bit closer.
Reloaded.
It looks like this is the last of the hostile reinforcements, Commander. We just need to hold out a little longer.
Okay, 1 Rocketeer. An operative or a sniper? Nope, that's a sniper. And another Rocketeer. And a sniper that briefly walked on air. And another Rocketeer. Okay. That's a lot. That's quite a few just dropping in. Okay. So Inessa and Baraka probably need to focus on the guy that dropped up here.
On my way.
It's probably going to take both of their shots.
Поехали! Сняла его!
There we go. Okay, Higgins, I may have her move for the intercom, but we'll see. Okay, Tracy's got that one.
Out of the game.
I'm gonna have her overwatch with her second action. Zhang can't quite get into like cover up here. He could use a flashbang on these two, and that's what I might have him do. Okay, Snyder's going to move up here. I'm gonna try to get a shot on the heavy. Ooh, nice. I think I'm just gonna have Flavio here reload his gun. I'm gonna have Bridget run over here to get ready to hack that intercom if they would still be kicking. Okay, I'm gonna have you move here next to the encoder. See if we can get a lucky shot on the heavy. Because if not, I was gonna just use a flashbang on him from Zhang. However, since we got him, Zhang, how far can you get that flashbang? Not far enough from here to hit the heavy that's hanging out over there, which is a shame. However, if I put you here, maybe you can toss it over the wall. Yeah, I think you can. I believe he was hanging out, like, right there. Yep. So that should keep him from firing rockets. Yeah, they're just trying to move in to get to where they can hack.
Ah, damn it!
Well, may as well do that.
That should keep Exalt busy for a while.
I'm rolling. Out of the game.
Okay, got that guy. Gunner is going to come over here. And just take him out, I guess.
Transmitter is secure, and it looks like that was the last of Exalt's forces in the area. Excellent work.